Leadership, what it really takes. A course of 5 short, focused sessions that guide you both in theory and in practice to everything that you need to know and do to become the inspirational and courageous leader that I'm sure you want to be. The theory is unique precisely because it isn't a collection of random bits of well-meaning advice of the kind that you can get anywhere on the internet. It's a coherent whole, and it takes you to the heart of the issues that you're going to face. And when you've got that heart, the crux under your belt, you'll be able to deal with anything that the business world throws at you. Issues like, how do you deal with that abject fear that so many leaders face, but which they can't confess to anyone? How do you have a vision that others will look upon as visionary? What is it to be a visionary leader? And how do you see that vision into practice? Because that's what matters. How do you build a team to cohere around that vision? How do you motivate people, really inspire them, to take them into uncharted waters, perhaps? And the last, which is not much talked about, but is very, very important, is how do you give a business sufficient momentum such that it is something that will go through to the goal that you have in mind for it? Loads of businesses start off in a flurry of excitement, and then they get lost and they peter out and people lose their way. How do you make sure that that doesn't happen? How do you make sure that there's a sufficient head of steam such that you will realize the goals you have in mind? The practice is unique as well, because what the practice does is it takes you, there are exercises in each of these courses, takes you step by step into being able to inhabit what you've learned in theory. It's no good remembering the theory as something that was interesting that you once encountered. It's got to be in your blood. It's got to run in your veins. It's got to be hardwired into you. And that is what I do. That is what these exercises are designed to do. The material in this course is based on the experience that I've had with a wide spectrum of clients. On the one hand, corporate leaders who do have their doubts, their misgivings, their stresses, and they can't confess that to anyone, so they do need to seek out someone like myself, and I mentor them through it. And at the other end of the spectrum, I've done a lot of work helping people start businesses from scratch and grow them and develop them. There's a person who came to me some years ago, and he said to me, with a grin on his face, he said, "When I first came to see you, I earned £30,000 a year in a dead-end job. I now earn that in a day." Now that was 5 years ago, and he's moved on since then. I still see him every month. And even as I speak, he's in the phase of developing the next big project. Exciting stuff. A lot of experience, real experience that works. So if you want to know what it really takes to be a great and visionary leader, do this course. Look forward to seeing you on it.